January 1st, 1848. The clouds were the Chateau Crinière of Baron Rogoy. Look at that frog, he's so drunk. Oh, is that Monsieur Grandouille? Oh, mon Dieu. Dame Cataline, what have you done? A cat with claws. Meow. It's midday already. Where on earth is that featherhead? Hang on, I gotta resize this. We're getting some weirdness. I know that's kind of weird when I do that, when I resize it. I know that nobody likes that. Oh gosh. Is it just like a garbage? It's sorry, it's not. That's not as good as I would like. Skull Rose Blue. Bienvenidos. Where is that featherhead? It looks fine. Well, well, well. Look who's finally decided to get up. Haven't heard you? Haven't you heard what they say about the early bird, Falcon? Ugh, too early for worms. Pass the Cab Sauvignon. That'll be time for that later. We've got some business to handle first. Business? A letter arrived while you were sleeping. I haven't opened it yet. It's probably just more junk mail. Go ahead, Bearsman. You may have the honors. All right. Dear Monsieur Falcon, I am writing to you today because my daughter, Dame Catalin, has been arrested for a crime she did not commit. She is being held at La Conciergerie... She is being held at La Conciergerie prison on the charge of murder, no less. Her trial is in 3 days' time. I would be greatly in debt if you would pay off your... It's early. Okay, hi, Skull Rose Blue. It's nice to see you. Luffy? Luffy? Hello? Yours sincerely, Seigneur Pertois Demiao of the Demiao Estate. Well, this is quite something. I know, your first serious client in months. Dude's got some booze problems, eh? Not just that. The Demiao Estate is well known for its exorbitant wealth. Even if we cannot do much for Dame Cataline, his lordship would still highly reward us handsomely for his efforts. Our efforts. Wow, so I suppose you intend on defending Dame Cataline in court? Of course! Of course. It would be foolish to let such a good opportunity slip through our feathers. Grab your coat, Sparrow Son. We're going to find our kitty client at the La Conciergerie. Excellent! My derriere was getting tired from all this sitting around. Oh, but I better file away Senor Demiao's letter first. One moment, Falcon. Pertoir's letter has been added to your evidence folder. Oh, yes. Didn't they get rid of that? You may access the evidence folder at any time by clicking the suitcase symbol. Luffy, just before we keep going, this is like a little... There's like a line sticker where they do this. I just want to tell you, I'm sorry. There was a mild gaffe with like it was like 30 cents that I needed to pay in order to get it out of Hawk in Guangzhou. And it's on its way, okay? Ah, nearly forgot my wallet. I wouldn't want to lose that. Again? I recall you losing it at a New Year's party. And at Christmas. Yes, alright. No need to make a list. Falcon has picked up his wallet. 20 francs. Yes. Let's go get some baguettes. You may see how much money he is carrying at any time by clicking on the wallet symbol. Oh, shit. $20 francs. Let's make a move. Is this better for you? Is this what you need, Luffy? Oh, Getting spicy in here. Welcome to the map screen. From here, you can travel to any listed area by clicking on a location name or location mode. We are here. We would like to go to La Conciergerie, which is here. Do you guys remember when they used to like put houses on bridges? Is that what we're seeing here? I can't zoom. Do you remember though when they used to put houses on bridges like way back in the day? We're gonna spend 1 second. Hang on, I need my hands. I know that I'm supposed to be playing this game. Okay. Old drawings of houses on bridges. Okay, let me just be sure that this is like this is really a thing. Okay, I'm not imagining this. Okay. Like this, like the original London Bridge, right? Has a lot of houses all over it. Okay, I'm not imagining this. This isn't like I'm drunk, okay? People used to live on on houses on bridges like this. Old London Bridge, see? See, I tell you. All right, let's just go for Old London Bridge. Look, I tell you, I'm not drunking this. This is a real thing, okay? Okay, do you see the houses on the bridge? Are you not convinced? Kalani Maywood. Thank you very much for the subscription. Your tier 2 sub, for some reason, is only coming out now, even though we already talked about this like 3 days ago. Look at this. This is a 3-dimensional photograph of it. Well, GPV, I try my best, my friend. How are things? New York slide. Okay, here we go. Areas marked with a clock symbol may take a whole day to visit. This is a long walk. If you've ever made this walk, it's not short. Areas with no symbol can be visited freely. Oh, okay. Can you imagine walking over here? What kind of madness might ensue in this weird jardin? Alright, here we go. Let's go to La Conciergerie. Cookie Dough, hello, welcome to you. GPV, hello. I'm glad that you guys are all here while I'm playing this wild game. Falco and Sparrowson step into the stone-cold foyer of the Conciergerie prison. Sullen-faced guards and visitors linger beneath the medieval archways. Ah, the Conciergerie. They say this is the finest prison in the whole of France. The outer walls are impenetrable, the cells are spotless, the guards are well-mannered. What do you want? Ah, good day, monsieur. I'm here to see Dame Catherine Damiens. I am due to represent her in court. Oh, you're her lawyer, huh? Fine, fine. Follow me. Well, what are you waiting for? Keep up. Cookie Dough, hi, GPV. My, now that's a cat. That is a cat. Meow. Have you ever met a crow? Crows are like the biggest druggos out there, man. Of all the birds. Okay, hang on. This is something that you don't know, though. Hang on. This is just... Sorry, real quick. I'm aware that we're supposed to be playing the game, okay? But we're doing this anyway. This is a crow, okay? This is the Taiwan crow. Do declare, this is a special Taiwanese crow. It's bright blue, okay? It has this like very beautiful tail, okay? This is a crow, okay? This is a crow, the blue magpie. This is someone else's YouTube video, okay? This is crazy. I don't even know, how do you even get a crow to sit on your lap? That's a French crow in this game, okay? Look at his huge ass tail. How do you even coax a crow to come over and sit on you, man? That's crazy. Okay? This is what they generally look like. And actually, they were having a weird fight outside my house. Okay, they're having like a weird fight outside my house. All right, we're gonna put this back over here. So much adorableness. Get a pet crow. My papa hasn't forgotten about me, has he? Dame Catalina Demieux, I presume.
You've arrived! The fantastic lawyer, Monsieur Falcon and his petite assistant, Sparrow Song. Milady is knowledgeable.
Don't talk like that, Sparrowson.
Sorry. My papa told me that he would only hire the best lawyers in town.
I'm flattered.
But they weren't available at such short notice, so he hired the first people in his address directory.
Shots fired. Oh.
You see, Falcon, I told you listing under Aviary Attorney would pay off.
Let's get down to business. Dame Cartolin, could you fill us in on some details? Your father's letter was a little brief.
I can do my best. What is it you wanted to know?
What happened on the night of the murder? What do we think? 1, 2, or 3? Let's have a group vote. 1, 2, or 3. Southern Belle from Mississippi en France. GPV, you came back for the right game. I know that you showed up in a time where voice acting was happening. Oh. Oh! We got a 1-1, a 2-2, and a 3-3. Tiebreaker, anyone? Boink. What exactly happened on the night of the murder?
Oh, let me think. It was Friday evening. Me and my papa had arrived at Chateau Crinière, the home of Great Baron Rogueuil. My papa spent all evening talking with Monsieur Granouille and the Baron about business stuff.
Business stuff.
Well, the three of them own a railway company together, so all through dinner they were talking about company shares and investments, but I didn't really understand most of it. But after dinner, this man with a camera took our photograph. That was a lot of fun.
Sorry, man with a what took your what?
Bing!
Hooked on phonics, worked for me!
Camera, it's a very new gadget.
I believe it would be called a daguerreotype. If anyone here was with us when we played...
Life is Strange, the first camera was called a daguerreotype, named after its founder, Louis Daguerre, a Frenchman.
Let's go to Google. I like how we're doing, this is called Chatbot's Annotated Aviary Attorney. Louis Daguerre. Here's pictures of Louis Daguerre, the man who invented the first camera. It was called the daguerreotype. Oh boy, let's see. Louis Daguerre. Images. Annotated chatbot streams play video games. Here we are. Louis Daguerre. The history e biographia de Louis Jacques Daguerre. That man invented the camera. Called the daguerreotype. Oh, if only. Where is new? Where is new? Today is the day?
It's a very new gadget. A tiny bug sits in a box with a tiny paintbrush and paints your picture very fast.
Oh, but we love you, KM.
In 10 minutes, poof, you have a perfect picture.
Hang on, let's go giggle daguerreotype. I don't think there was a bug in the daguerreotype. Someone new into the house.
Wow, technology is amazing.
I don't think the lady's explanation is right, Sparrowson.
Ta, let me believe.
Still, the camera sounds like a very special device. I'll make a note of it. Camera has been added to your evidence folder. Please, continue, Dame Cataline.
So after we had the photograph, I went into the gardens to get some air, and that's when I found the body of Monsieur Granouille. He was all ripped open. A housemaid standing over the front. A housemaid saw me standing over the froggy, monsieur, and called for help, and then the police arrived, and before I could say anything, I ended up here. It was such a blur. It must have been
It must have been terrifying.
Oh, it wasn't so bad. My papa taught me how to be a brave cat. Was there something else you wanted to ask, Monsieur Falcon?
Dom Catalin, who attended... Oh, wait. Dom Catalin, who attended the banquet that evening?
Well... A puppy? I need new tape. Hang on, I need new tape. If I'm wearing this, I need new tape. Dear God. Luffy, you're going dark. Alright, I'm just put this down. You're going dark in here, girl. Well, there was my papa and me and my papa. My dearest maman couldn't make it. And there was Baron Rogoy, who hosted the dinner, and his housemaid, Colleen, I think she was called. Of course, there was Monsieur Granouille. Well, until, you know, he died. Hugs for Luffy Q's. Hugs for Luffy Q's at Luffy Q's. Have some snoodles, dear. And there was Monsieur Robitio de Robinho, the man with the camera. But he was only there for a little while. I think that was all. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? I would never... No, she murdered a frog. A frog, Cookie Dough. And this is dangerous. Okay, well, maybe a sparrow and a cat together is a little bit dangerous. Did you see anything suspicious?
Dom Catalin, did you see anything suspicious that evening?
Suspicious?
Like, maybe a guy lurking in the shadows? Or a, bloodied, murder weapon?
Monsieur Falcon, I do believe you are looking for an easy answer.
You got me.
I did not see anything, I'm afraid. That evening was very normal. The food was delicious, the conversation boring. It was all very ordinary until the incident.
I see.
Wait, Falcon, you missed something of huge importance. I have no idea, Luffy, and I don't really think we need to use them. At least not now, we're not so popular, you know.
I did.
Damn, Catalin, you said the food was delicious. But you didn't say what the food was! That's my best Jerry Seinfeld impression, by the way. That's me doing Jerry Seinfeld.
You and your damn stomach.
Let me see. Bing! We had poached red herring to start, garnished with garlic butter. Oh, I don't know. That might not be a good clue. It could be a red herring. Seriously, where's Praxi Gun when you need Praxi? Praxi, where are you at? Come on, that was golden. Go on. Bing! Then a marbled steak served, perfect, bloody rare. Glorious. Falcon, write this down.
What? This can't possibly be relevant to the case.
Write it all down, please. For me, when we go home to the office, I want to touch my feathers thinking about all the food.
Fine, fine.
Red herring has been added to your evidence folder. This is a food pornist right here. Yes, that's exactly what we're talking about. This is a food pornist. Bloody rare steak has been added to your evidence folder.
Sparrowson, remind me not to let you talk to clients on an empty stomach.
Come to think of it, I did find it a little strange that we weren't given any cutlery.
No cutlery? Even for the steak?
Nope. You would think that the great Baron of Chateau Crinière would have glorious silverware, but there was none to be seen.
That is a little peculiar.
Was there anything else you wanted to know, Monsieur Falcon?
No, I think that will be all.
So, what's the plan now, Falcon?
The way I see it, we have two tasks. we should head to Chateau Crinière and try to see the scene of the murder for ourselves. And we should try to track down the supposed photographer, Monsieur Rubitio de Rubinio.
2 days for 2 tasks? Seems doable.
But we should get back and get some rest first. We have a lot of work ahead of us.
Wait, Monsieur Falcon. Before you go, you do believe my story, don't you?
I believe in justice. Dame Carteline, I believe that a fair trial can draw the truth from any situation. I believe in justice.
That's good to hear. You're not wrong, Falcon, but that's not what Lady needed to hear. You might want to work on being less of a, how to put it, fille de pu.
If serving justice makes me a fille de pute, then I'll wear that title proudly.
Damn Catherine, Monsieur Granouille, Baron Rogier. These names are getting a bit confusing, aren't they?
Not particularly.
Well, it is for me. It's like he's looking right at us with his weird bird eye. His weird bird eye is looking straight into us. They're looking at us. They're breaking the fourth wall. Well, for me, it is for me. I'm going to start compiling a Facebook so that I can keep track of who everyone is.
A what?
A Facebook. It's a collection of people's names, pictures, and descriptions. And it's one easy-to-carry catalog.
I think I understand. The name could use a little work, though.
Do you remember when it was called The Facebook? Sparrowson has started compiling The Facebook. You can access a list of people you have met at any time by clicking on The Facebook. Alright, so we have met JJ Falcon, the AJ. MySpace was a big deal, dude. MySpace was a big, big deal. I got one more. I got one more while we're doing meta Aviary Attorney, okay? I don't think we're like in danger of losing people. It's not like this game has 100,000 people, okay? Hang on, we gotta Google. I gotta Google. It's now deactive, okay? You guys aren't gonna believe me. It was called Wretch. Okay, it was called Wretch. Okay, it was a Taiwanese community website. Okay. It was Wu Min Xiao Zhan, okay? Just no-name little site. At one time, it was the most well-known blog community in Taiwan. Nua, you're on time. It's all happening. We're doing history and things are going off. With thousands. Key detail. Thousands. They had thousands of people on it. Okay? Can you see that? Can you see it says thousands under there? Should I zoom in? Do I need to zoom in? Okay, the domain wretch.cc attracted 4 million visitors annually by 2008. When I moved to Taiwan originally, everybody used MySpace and Wretch. Okay, no one used the Facebook. Alright, great. Pertois Demieux. Okay, looks like a fancy cat over here. Look at that mane on his jacket. Okay, Quark is an ill-mannered jailkeeper. He seems to feel disgust for criminals and for the animal kingdom en general. We have Catherine Demieux, the elegant bourgeois daughter of Seigneur Pertois Demieux. She has been accused of murdering Monsieur Granouille, the froggy businessman who was found murdered at Chateau Crinière, colleague of Pertois and Rogoy. This is a weird-ass game. This is a weird-ass game, dude, yes. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. There are a lot of people we're going to meet. Most egg salad. Zafachebu. Got it. Let's make a move. No science equals no technology. A new day, January 4th. One day more, I did not live until today. You know, we can sing like that. The game saves automatically at the start of each new day. But you can also make a quick save at any time by selecting Sauve et Cuit from the pause menu. She's just stepped out for a bit of fresh air. She was going to flip a table because I was not wearing my new hat, but was instead wearing the old cat ears that are lusciously see-through.
You can access the pause menu by clicking on the cog symbol in the upper left corner. That's up here. You guys actually can't see it just because of the way the this and the that are not quite exactly where they need to go. So we're just gonna, I'll speak when you can't see the thing with the stuff. Okay, great. Studio de Rabino. Here lies the home of Rapitio de Rabino, up and coming photographer. Okay? Lasciously see-through. And here is Baron Rogoy. Resides at Chateau Crinier, an impressive manor house with an immaculate garden. Well, 4 centuries. No junk mail. So should we go to Studio de Rabino, or should we go to Chateau Crinier? This is 1. This is 2. Sorry, you can't see behind my head. Studio de Rabino is number 1. Chateau Crinier is number 2. We're obviously going to both. Alright, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Studio de Rabino. So, this is the studio of the famous photographer. Shall we knock?
Wait, there's a note on the door. The magnificent and marvelous artist, Monsieur Rabitio de Rabino, is currently out on an artistic expedition. He shall return when his muse sees fit.
When his muse sees fit? What does that even mean?
I think it means he's a pretentious bird brain, but in any case, the artist seems to be out. What shall we do now?
Livicuse?
We should knock anyway. Shift. Hello. Welcome back. I was just thinking about you while I was making my coffee. I thought, you know, now that I'm working more, my stream time has not backed into shift. And here you are. Thank you very much for that raid, bud. I appreciate it. Elena La Loca. Hello, welcome to Mr. Shatbot's Good Times Emporium.
We should knock anyway.
I'm Shatbot. I'm playing this game right now. It's called Aviary Attorney. No idea what the hell's going on except some frog got murdered. Your stream time's about to be obliterated. Well, what are we gonna do? The shift raid. Elena, welcome. You got a job. Tell me it's not more heavy carrying. Tell me it's not more heavy carrying. Alright. Alright, I don't see the harm. Oh shit, that jump scared me right there. That's not even a joke. That wasn't even put on. And welcome to everybody from the shift world. I'm Shatbot. Sometimes I show up over there and talk. Now I'm over here talking too. Nope, it doesn't look like he's in, Falcon. We should break in. Should not be a lot of heavy. What are you doing? I know the knock was really real.
We should break in.
What? Are you serious?
Maybe.
Monsieur J.J. Falcon, I would have thought that a man of justice like yourself would be against such reckless displays of unlawful barbarism.
Back to truckin'. You're right, I'm sorry. I don't know what came over.
It's a brilliant suggestion. Stand back. I'm barging the door down.
Big bad mother trucker. Wait, just like that? Shouldn't we discuss this first?
Hot damn, we broke into the house.
What in bird Jesus' name was that?
You said you wanted to break in.
I thought we could find an open window. I didn't think you would turn into a bird-sized cannonball. Well, now we're here, we ought to make the most of it. This place is quamping. It's very...
Swanky?
I was going to say ostentatious.
That's just swanky talk for swanky. Shift, I would love to see you just driving a big ass truck.
This was in the Humble Bundle, and we're just playing it. This was a gift from Raven Knight Gaming, #1 top donator here on stream. All right, and I think, you know, if I was gonna say I've channeled someone, Shift, with Falcon here, perhaps it's you, with your lusciously deep voice. We don't have time for this. The sound of a door being smashed in could be drawing unwanted attention. We should find anything that may help our case and get out. In investigation mode, you are free to examine the scenery of the room. Click on an item of interest and Falcon will examine it in closer detail. When you have had enough, or when you can find nothing else to examine, click on the X in the top right corner. Some deep man crush, Elena. You know what I'm talking about. Select an area to examine. I want to examine this chair. Hey, Falcon, look! What? It's just an easel. No, look at what's on the easel. A fine bromance that this is. A fine bromance with no kisses. We met on Twitch and now we are in bromance. We watch each other stream some games sometimes. I can't do that right now. There's the other music is killing my Fine Bromance song. I'm sorry, Chef. I tried. Until Shat rides his home. I'm not gonna read the rest of that sentence. Oh wow, this must be a copy of the photograph from the evening of— Who is this giraffe? Get them out! Coffee makes giraffes leave. Yes, we'll do this early on. Okay, we'll start there. Elena, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to Mr. Chatbots. Good times, Emporium. This must be a— okay, wait, right there. There's no question about it. I see a housemaid, Dame Catherine, and I think that's Seigneur Pourtois, Catherine's father. So, what should we do? Do we just take this? What do we think? Take it or leave it? Take it or leave it? Is there a way to coggle? I wanna turn the music down so I can return our our computer, our master volume back up. Take it. All right, I was singing take it too. We've come this far, we may as well borrow it. Studio photograph has been added to your evidence folder. Real quick, options, music vol. They have voices? They don't have voices. Okay, now everything's back to where it should be. That's good, right? I live in Taiwan, why? Because I'm a secret masochist and I love to make things hard on myself. No, I don't know. I don't have a real answer for that, Elena. This is where I live. My friend told me to come here like 9-10 years ago, so we are. Is there anything else we need to do here? No, it would not be impossible, Cookie Dough. I have the skills now. Select an area to examine. Let's examine the thing. I see paints, inks, and dyes. I'm not quite sure what the clear liquid in this bottle is. I could taste test it. He's a weird food pervert. You could, but we don't have time for a hospital visit right now, so let's not. Select an area to examine. Oh, mama, we got some pictures up here. This is a picture of a fence. It's a fancy photograph. It leaves the viewer defenseless. Out of all the pictures here, I would pick it as my favorite. It's called Mr. Chatbot's Emporium. I'm actually building the Facebook page in my free time, Luffy Q's. Also, Praxi Gun is not here. All I can tell you is these puns are gold. New, thank you very much for the host, and welcome yourself to Mr. Chatbot's Good Times Emporium. No more fence puns. Oh, mama. A lighthouse? No, wait, it's a man in a top hat. Actually, if I squint and turn my head sideways, it's a black smudge, Falcon. Oh, it's a black smudge, Falcon. This is a tiny photograph of what appears to be a jail cell. That reminds me,
How illegal is this, you know, breaking and entering? Rifling through a person's belongings? Luffy Cuse, thank you very much for the host. And I don't understand how you have 4 people watching you all the time. You're a wild woman. Welcome to Luffy Cuse's people. Cookie Dough, XP, thank you very much for the host. And welcome yourself to Mr. Chatbot's Good Times Emporium. This seems like a Gucci meme game. It's cool, we're lawyers.
It's okay, a recently passed amendment allows for proportionate amounts of property damage in the pursuit of criminal violence.
I don't think that's correct, but your use of legal jargon makes me have faith in your credentials.
It sounds like you're starting to learn the finer points of the French justice system, Sparrow, son. This is a photograph of a castle somewhere in the countryside. You know, I once had an uncle who fell off a castle rampart while on guard duty. Oh. Sorry.
No, he got... Oh god, I didn't even read that joke. That was awful.
That's right, they're just spitting fancy words. A butterfly, or maybe a moth. It's difficult to tell in black and white.
Raven Knight Gaming, thank you very much for the host. And... welcome to you, to Mr. Chatbot's Good Times Emporium. Ditzy, hello. Welcome to you.
It appears to be a photograph of a ladder, symbolic of climbing towards success, perhaps?
Everyone's just hosting it. It looks more like a stepladder to me.
Oh no, we're not getting into that old argument.
Select an area to examine.
I see a finely dressed dandy fellow upon a horse.
Okay.
I see a bourgeois tigress in profile. A picture of a sailing ship on a windy day.
Is that it? Is that all we're entitled? Oh!
All aboard! A beautiful picture of the Paris skyline. Given the angle, this must have been taken from Notre Dame Cathedral itself.
Select an area to examine. This is pre-La Tour Eiffel, okay? This is before that universe was done. Did we look at everything? I think we looked at everything. Can we look at the... Oh, the chandelier. A chandelier! You should get one of those for the office. The whole game is a meme. The whole game feels like a meme, Ditzy. That would be quite right.
I don't have the money for that sort of luxury.
Select an area to examine. Well, I think we've done it, guys. I think we're G to G.
I think we're done snooping. Let's get out of here before we draw further attention to ourselves.
Sounds good to me. Uh-oh.
Oh, mon Dieu! What happened to my door?
Fly.
Some kids did it, little weasel types. We saw them.
Yeah, weasels. They were all like, let's break into this art guy's house. And we were like, no, weasels, you can't do that because that would be illegal. And then they were like...
We chased them off. That's the important thing.
Well, thank you, I suppose.
Let's make a move. Trial day is approaching fast.
Right, let's go. You gotta. When you get caught breaking and entering, you gotta just PTFO. Alright. Chateau Crinier.
Let's do it.
Falcon and Sparrowson enter the courtyard outside of Chateau Crinier. People with dirty clothes and gaunt faces linger around the building's shadows. Excusez-moi, monsieur. I don't mean to be a pain, but my little girl and I are sick and starving. See? Goodbye, Shift. Have yourself a wonderful one. Thank you very much for the host. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you around in the very near future. Well, you can always watch the replay, buddy. You can join whoever watches me every single day on the internet, watching my replays. I don't suppose you'd happen to have some spare change? We have 20 francs in our wallet. What will we do? I say we give nothing. What do you guys think? TB Angel Shift?
What do we think? Give nothing. I think she's just a mouse.
She's so mousy. You know? Do you give money to mousy people?
Give 1 franc. Give 1 franc. 1 franc.
But she's so mousy. You know, you're like out in real life. Do you give money to mousy people? You're like, you're so mousy. You're gonna spend it on drugs. You know, like you're gonna do something. Okay? But I mean, I don't know, like she's got a daughter, you know, like Eponine and like Fantine, you know, like in that show about the dead people with the Javert and the other guy, Jean Valjean. You know, you just think if they would give the woman 1 franc, then the child would not have tuberculosis and everyone would live. The whole movie wouldn't have happened. The whole book, Les Miserables, would never have happened if people would just give 1 franc. But they're so mousy.
Here you go. Stay safe, madame. Enjoy your Gladstone's claret.
Many thanks to you, monsieur. That was pretty generous of you, Falcon.
Times are tough. Making sure a mother and child have something to eat.
Everyone said 1, man. No, everyone said 1 but you, okay?
Is the least I can do. But what am I doing standing here moralizing? Come on, Sparrow Son, we've got business to attend to.
I am wearing cat ears, LA. Welcome back. Nice to have you again. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the pristine wood-paneled foyer of Chateau Crinière. I know it was a mouse. They were very mousy. I don't give money to mousy people, okay? I'm just telling you, like when people want donations, they don't send the mousy type, okay? They just don't. No one sends the mousy type for money. Wow, look at this place. Baron Roygoy must be loaded.
More than loaded. When it comes to lucrative investments, the Baron is a legend. Factories, chocolatiers, hotels, railroads. The Baron owns a little bit of everything on this side of the Seine.
Is he here right now?
Yes. He's the smug-looking chap with the impressive mane.
Thank you, LA. I appreciate that. Hey, we're having a fundraiser. Send us a mousy type. Oh my, new. Oh my.
But we must approach a man of his stature with tact and finesse.
Hey, Baron, we'd like a word. How's that?
Sparrowson, you have the finesse of an inebriated warthog.
You can get inebriated on this. Uh-oh. New, you got gotten. You can thank me later. I think I got his attention.
Oh, mama! Did I hear my name? Great Baron Rogoy, property owner extraordinaire, here at your service. And who might you fellows be? More investigators?
No, we're attorneys.
No, not quite. I am Private Attorney J.J. Falcon, and this is my associate, Monsieur Sparrowson.
Lawyers, eh? You know, you aren't the first to have passed through here today.
Oh.
Yes, this jumpy, twitchy fellow came by this morning. Asked a bunch of questions, then hopped away before he heard the answers. Most curious.
Do you know who he was, Sparrowson?
Perhaps. I have a hunch. Sorry, a hunch. We'll be seeing him at the trial.
A friend of yours?
Something like that. They do food porn together. They're food porn. They do food porn together.
So, what may I do for you, messieurs? We're doing some research on Monsieur Grandouin, the frog who was killed here on Friday evening.
Yes, New. Sparrowson is very big on the food porn. He gets like a weird tittering. He starts tittering when he sees food or hears about food. He just can't control himself. He titters out like a wild madman.
Of course, such a tragedy. He was a good friend and a loyal business partner. I suppose you messieurs will be wanting to see the crime scene for yourselves? Actually, yes. That would be fantastic. Well, be my guest. You will find the garden where the murder occurred through the back doors. You may also be interested in the lounge on the second floor. Third door to the right. That would be where we gathered for a group photograph, prior to the, unfortunate incident.
Oh, can we see the finished photograph?
I'm afraid not. It's in my understanding that the photograph must be developed before it can be viewed. It's a terribly slow process. My own copy of the photograph is to be delivered in 3 days' time.
Oh, that's no good to us. The trial may be over by then.
Nonetheless, we appreciate your hospitality. Thank you, Baron. Oh, it's no trouble at all. I'll be here to see you out when you're done with your investigations.
So, where shall we go first? Oh my, look at this cross-section of his house. Call up Stephen Bietzi. Okay, again, we're doing a meta. Okay, if you're new here, we're doing a meta this game. Okay, you all remember this book perhaps? Perhaps not. But Stephen Bietzi's incredible cross-sections was always a hilarious one. I love this one. I had this book when I was a kid. I owned this. Okay, I owned this. I just think, you know, here's like a dude in a tonk. I had literally this book. I think I got it for either Christmas or Easter around the oh yeah, the Chateau. This is great, man. This guy's book was great. Okay, so there you go. The game's gone meta. We've taken the meme game and it's here, you know, like right under my nose, like a Hercule Poirot mustache. And then we've elevated our game to eyebrow level. We've raised the eyebrows, you could say. This is good, man. We're going deep meta right now. We're going deep meta. And because this is a multimedia presentation, the comedy is real. Let's go to the lounge. Stephen Bietzi's incredible cross-section. Bietzi's incredible cross-sections. Yeah, book's incredible. And it smells like lacquer almost. It's because the pages are super thick. It's really cool. When I was a kid, I loved the book. It was like $20 in like the 90s. Second floor, third door on the right. This must be the room where the photograph was taken. There's a giraffe in the house! Hey, Falcon, did you see that? What, the giraffe? See what? The housemaid just totally did something shifty. Shift NL.
Shifty?
I think she just pocketed something from that drawer. You should totally call her out on it.
Excuse me, mademoiselle?
What should we do for call? We'll give her that, like, Frenchy voice. Oui, are you two policemen?
No, we're private attorneys. My name is JJ Falcon.
Yes, Shift. And I'm Sparrowson. Oh, how rude of me. My name is Colleen Duo. So, what can I help you, monsieur, with today?
We're investigating the murder that took place last week. Do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions?
That's fine. Let me just grab a chair. That's better. What was it you wanted to ask? Is this where the photograph was saying? We're going to ask all the questions, so.
We're looking for the room where the photograph was taken prior to the incident. Would you happen to know whether this is the right room?
Oh, yes. You're in the right place. I saw the photography session for myself. Let's see. The cameraman was standing, just about where you're standing, actually, Monsieur Falcon.
And where was the camera pointed?
Right at the clock above the mantelpiece. The baron insisted on using that very location.
Now that I'm looking at it, something isn't right about that clock.
It has dogs playing poker! I know. The painting on it totally clashes with the decor.
I was thinking more along more obvious lines.
Ping.
The clock has no hands.
That clock was never had hands in all the years I've worked here. I think Baron Rogoy just keeps it around as a conversation piece. Well, we're conversing about it, so I guess it's working.
It's a peculiar detail, though. I'll make note of it.
Missing clock hands have been added to our evidence folder. Thank you guys very much for watching this. This is largely a disaster, I would say. The voice acting is not grand. Is there something else you wanted to ask?
Is there something we should know? You were a little nervous when we came in. You thought we were police officers.
Is there something we should know? Anything you need to confess? Yes, I am a giraffe. No, I suppose it's just a little nervous after all the drama of the last week.
Pressure her! Are you sure there isn't anything you're hiding?
It's okay to tell us. We're defense attorneys. That means we help people who get away. That means we help people get away with criminal acts.
Right, and... Wait, what? No, that's not an accurate job description, Sparrowson.
Isn't it? Oh, what do we do then?
I'll tell you later.
Honestly, messieurs, I have nothing to add. Is there something else you wanted to ask?
Pressure her! Pressure her! No further questions. Thank you, mademoiselle. You've been a huge help.
It's no problem, messieurs. Actually, there is something. I know you two saw me stealing. As you came inside, I appreciate you did not give me the third degree about it. You see, I am trying to save up to follow my dreams and become just not a giraffe.
It's no problem, mademoiselle. To be honest, we have a much larger crime to be worried about. Although I probably should ask, I don't suppose you've been stealing anything else? Silverware, perhaps?
The sweat was real. You know about that? Yes, I suppose that was me. It started with a couple of teaspoons. I didn't think the Baron would miss those. But, well, I suppose the abbot got a little away from me. That's one mystery solved, at least.
Missing silverware has been added to your evidence folder.
I would appreciate it if you did not tell the Baron. He's been really kind, and I would hate to break his trust.
I see.
So, where to next, Big Bird?
Well, we've already been in the lounge, so now let's go to the main hall. Did you, messieurs, have a good look around? I trust everything was in order?
Actually, we haven't visited the garden yet. We definitely need to do that.
Okay.
It would have been helpful if they wrote foyer instead of main hall, because the foyer is usually here, and the main hall is like here.
New.
That's funny, man.
Dame Cotterlin said that she found Monsieur Grandouille on the stairs by the fountain, so this must be the very spot where the murder took place.
Hey, Falcon, do the crime scene investigation thing.
The crime scene investigation thing?
Yeah, you know, the thing where you get all eagle-eyed and analyze every object in excruciating detail.
You mean the search for evidence?
Yeah, do that.
That's not a bad suggestion. It wouldn't be the first time that the Parisian police have missed something right under their noses. Like a fine cigar.
Select an area to examine. Let's start with this bustier, this little thing.
Baron Rogoy certainly likes his horse statues.
I don't mind the horse statues, but a little cherub people creep me out. Babies should be waddling, not attempting saddleless horseback riding.
What about the giraffes?
A little of A, a little of B. The out giraffes has become an ongoing meme with my friends in real life. That's all.
A finely crafted horse statue. That mane almost looks lifelike.
Would you say it behooves you to stroke it?
No, I would not.
Select, oh, the stairs, my. Let's keep looking at the statues first.
Another beautifully made horse statue.
You know, my uncle once had a horse that refused to eat hay.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yep. Eventually we realized it was just filling up on Horse d'oeuvre.
His delivery is really good. Oh, terrible. Hors d'oeuvre. Horse d'oeuvre.
Oh, come on, Luffy. Where's Praxigun? Can someone seriously PM Praxigun and tell him to get his ass in here? This is hilarious, man.
A horse statue. This is one goofy face.
That reminds me of a joke. A horse walks into a bar and the barkeep says,
"Why the long face?" Yes, we've all heard that one.
"What? No." The barkeep says, "You've got to stop coming here. You're drinking us under the stable."
I think it's time to rein in the horse jokes. But
This is really good. This is really, really good.
The fountain is finely crafted. It's solid carved marble. That can't have been cheap. I see nothing but water in the bottom of the lower balcony.
It's a shame we can't see inside the upper basin from here. That would be a perfect place to quickly stash a murder weapon.
That's actually not a terrible line of reasoning. We ought to wade in and take a closer look, just to be sure.
Yeah, I suppose we should.
Oh, I apologize. I wasn't being direct enough. What I meant to say was, Sparrowson, go wade into the fountain and take a closer look inside the upper basin.
Me? No way. If you want to go wading, do it yourself.
I'm a respectable lawyer. You'd expect me to roll up my trousers and paddle in a fountain like a duck in a lake?
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't pay me enough to justify getting my sweet threads wet. Look, there's only one reasonable way to settle this. We'll flip for it.
Flip for it.
Bing! Yep, I'll flip this 1 franc coin. You call the outcome, get it wrong, and you go for a swim. So, what'll it be, heads or tails? Napoleon face or plant squiggles? Do we want Napoleon or plant squiggles? I say always side with Napoleon.
Put it all on heads. Don't let me down, old emperor.
Napoleon III let them all down. It's tails. Roll up your pantaloons, Falcon. You're going for a swim.
Gaw, fine. Hold my shoes.
Falcon really should learn how to spot a rigged coin flip.
Napoleon III.
Hang on. Time to get meta. To be very clear, Napoleon III is this man. I believe. Louis Napoleon Bonaparte was the nephew and heir of Napoleon I. Now, Napoleon I, right, he was sent out to the Isle of Elba, right? He was deposed, you may remember, that like while America was fighting the War of 1812 against the British, they were also engaged in a very deep, bloody conflict against the original Napoleon, right? And there was like the 100 Days and things like that. And then later there was sort of like a Bonapartist restoration, okay, that came back like later. So like after Napoleon, right? There was sort of like a gap area. Okay, and then this man became the Emperor of France, and he got fucked because he started the Crimean War, which largely destroyed the French power in Europe. I have Google. Everyone has Google. Almost. Oh, you're back. Had a good swim?
No, I'm a bird, not a fish.
Aha! They stabbed him with a cigar. Otto von Bismarck. We're talking about Napoleon III. Napoleon III got into a fairly serious problem in the Crimea. See, Crimea was designed to reassert French power because after Napoleon, they were like pushed down by everybody, right? And then, you know, there was the like after Crimea thing where France was once again tamped down. which like then led to like the opportunity for Germany to fill the power vacuum left by the previously all-powerful French state, right? So like when Germany was reorganized by the French, right? The French were sort of like the pinnacle moment there. Britain like kind of came into ascendancy, right? And then there was like sort of like a power struggle, you know, where things sort of moved over towards like Prussia and Russia for a little while. Austria became very popular, right? The concert of Europe, okay, under Metternich and these people, okay, and then, you know, a bunch of revolutions and stuff like that in the 40s, and then Crimea happened and the French were pushed down, right? And so then like you get the rise of Germany up into that power vacuum, the reunification of Italy, okay.
But I did find a mystery item in the upper basin. It's no murder weapon though.
What's this? It's brown and sticky and smells weird. Don't tell me that you picked up a...
Very wet cigar butt? Possibly belonging to Baron Rogoy? Correct. But that shouldn't be too surprising. It is his house, after all.
I'll stash it in the evidence folder, just in case. Cigar butt. Was what Prussia? Was what Prussia? Prussia used the drop. What do you mean, Prussia? It's not Peru and it's not Russia. It's just a space that became Germany. Is there anything else we need to do here?
Dried blood on the staircase. This must be where Monsieur Granouille died.
Do you see any bloody footprints? Ooh, or maybe a name scrawled in blood, written with the frog's last breath.
Wishful thinking. All I'm seeing here is a big, sticky puddle. There's nothing to indicate that the body was moved or that the frog left a last-minute clue. All I can make out from the bloody mess is that Monsieur Granouille was attacked and killed on the staircase.
Ba-ba-ba-bum-bum, ba-da-ba-bum-bum. Napoleon III or Otto von Bismarck that allied together. You mean with each other? Usually it takes two to become friends. My general understanding, like loosely related, is that Otto von Bismarck made friends with and then destroyed everybody using his realpolitik, right? When he needed. When Prussia and the Austrian Empire were in war, they were neighbors, and they definitely went together, right? They spoke German together. I am fairly certain that Prussia and the Austrian Empire were mostly friends the entire time. I am mostly sure.
I think we're done here.
Good call, but are you sure you don't want to take another dip? We still have time.
Don't push your luck.
The main hall. Here we go.
Did you, messieurs, have a good look around? I trust everything was in order? We had a good look. Thank you, Baron, but we actually have some questions for you. Please, ask away. I have nothing to hide.
About your housemaid.
We met your housemaid, Colleen Duo. She's a courteous young lady, isn't she?
Yes, she was quite helpful.
Yes, she's more than willing to help us with our investigation.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it.
Did you two want to ask something else?
What happened on the night of the murder?
Baron Rogoy, I would like to ask you about your activities on the night of the murder.
Oh ho! Am I in trouble? Oh, not at all.
No, nothing like that. We're just gathering the full picture.
Oh, I see. Well, let me think. The guests arrived at 5 o'clock, and we all sat down for dinner in this very hall at 6. That part went magnificently. The photographer arrived at 7, but it wasn't until 7:30 that we had our picture taken. My housemaid discovered the crime scene soon after.
I see.
Is there something else I can help you, messieurs, with?
We'll be leaving. I think that will be all, Baron. Thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure. Have a delightful day, messieurs.
Did you get all the information you needed, Falcon?
I hope so.
Don't worry. If ever anything goes wrong in the trial, we could always just wing it.
Terrible. Just terrible. Let's get back to the office and get some rest. A new day. One day more. The Palais de Justice houses the court, a place reserved for only the most serious of crimes.
Am I wrong in thinking the Palais de Justice was previously a private residence? Right? Who was that guy? He was friends with Louis XIV. He was friends with Louis XIV, and they were, like, linked, the Palais de Justice and this guy's house. I swear this is true. Falcon and Sparrowson stand inside the marble portico of the Palace of Justice, awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. The Tribunal de Grande Instance. ... is behind my head. Are you nervous, Falcon?
Nope. We've got this case in the bag. Look at my feathers. See? Totally unruffled.
Wow, at least one of us is feeling confident. Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson. There's a war between the Austrian Empire and Prussia. After that, there was a fight between... See? That's what I'm saying, man. His real politique. He fought everybody when he needed to. Is there anything you need me to do?
No, we've got a handle on things.
My impression, though, is that Prussia and Austria were generally always friends. They were generally friends. Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case. Oh, that's wonderful. I just know you two will pull through.
Let's move it along, fellas.
I'll be watching from inside. Do your best, Monsieur Falcon. We will. Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Here we go. Sure. You gotta fight everybody when you're putting Germany together. Didn't they, like, want to, like, take some, like, very small part of territory from them or something? Judge Maxime.
All right. Settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everybody here?
J.J. Falcon, present. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Rupert Rabington present. The ready is prosecution, Your Honor. I'm down, that's nice. Oh gosh, where are my notes? Haha, I knew it!
Knew what?
They tended to be of no consequence. Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes.
Oh, was he smart?
Psst, no, he was always scored those second worst marks in the class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on the luck of his two rabbit's feet. Unless he's improved considerably, you might already have this trial in the bag.
That's good to know. But say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, then who scored the lowest?
I chose to exercise my right, not to self-incriminate. Here it is. The prosecution's ready, Your Honor. The entangling alliances. Yes, no, I believe that is a readily known thing. I believe most often discussed in the modern academia by the seminal book, but not grand book, Diplomacy by Henry Kissinger, where he discusses the entangling alliances.
The jury all present.
Oh yes, a hippo! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! We got this case in the bag, man. I don't know about you guys, but you can fool a hippo into walking into a paper bag.
All present and...
Oh, Judge Cornier.
All present and accounted for, Your Honor.
Hey, Falcon, I thought that there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8?
Oh, those two birds with the funny hats are assessors, the associate judges.
Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Cataline Demieux. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand.
Oh gosh, are we ready? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Volerti, to the witness stand.
Inspector Volerti, please approach the stand and recite the oath.
As you will, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Monsieur, no, Inspector. Please state your name and occupation for the record. My name is Inspector Juste Volerti. I am a servant to the law, a scourge on the gutter rats that plague the city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian killer to justice. My path began 18 years ago.
Let's stick to the question.
Let's stick to the questions, Inspector.
Of course, Your Honor. Oh, great. I was hoping we would have one of those bumbling, cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with a lawful goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn on his own mother if he were littering. She were littering. So, Inspector, is it true that you are the lead investigator on this case?
That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime.
That's right. If you look north, the fight begins.
Then perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival.
Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Rogoy. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Cataline Demieux.
That's right.
She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Grandouille with his blood on her paws.
Well, that sounds like an open and shut case in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor.
Bloodied paws? Nobody told me that detail.
Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony.
Of course. I know this.
You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon.
Cross-examination.
Cross-examine the witness to find flaws about his testimony. Quick coffee drinking. All the voices is a lot of work, okay? You guys may remember this from Doki Doki Literature Club, okay? Select a key phrase that you find suspicious, and Falcon will press the witness for information. Ask the right question. Oh, shit. Oh my god, you know I'm bad at this. Avoid pressing for pointless details. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Select a statement to question. We were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid. The scene of the crime. We found Dame Catalin. The sliced open corpse of Monsieur with blood on her paws. Where should we go? Sliced open corpse? Scene of the crime? Housemaid? Farmer Boy John, welcome back. I have to go get tissues. They're over there. Give me 1 second. Farmer Boy John, I was worried you were never coming back. I was terrified. I was scared. Give me 1 second. RKG emerges from the shadows. Yeah, I feel like Falcon said about the bloody paws. Let's start with bloody paws. Sorry about the nose blow. I'm only human, okay? This isn't NBC. This is Shapot's Good Times Emporium. Okay, I can only do so many voices so often, so long.
Inspector, You say Dame Cataline had blood on her paws. Fireboy John, have you been playing Dauntless or Monster Hunter World lately?
Correct. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict.
Whose blood was it? Whose blood was it?
Ah, what a question! It was Monsieur Granouille's, of course.
How can you be so sure?
I object. This line of questioning's absurd. There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood on Dame Catherine's paws could only belong to one person. Monsieur Granouille. Judge, Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions.
I am afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. I do not.
Wait, you're onto something.
I am.
Yes, I can sense it. Look through your evidence. There may be something that can give you a clue.
I do, Your Honor.
Look, it turns out we're playing a video game. This is a video game. It's not just like a weird meme story with puns.
I have evidence that the blood on Dame Cataline's paws had nothing to do with murder.
This is foolish time wasting, Falcon. The blood on Dame Catherine's paws didn't come from the victim. Then where did the blood come from?
A bloody steak. On the evening of the murder, Dame Cataline ate a bloody rare steak. Is this true, Monsieur Remington?
Well, I am in a matter of speaking. I suppose the steak may have been on the
Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but instead to the steak?
Well. It is a possibility.
No! Intriguing, pretty convincing. Hills. We have gained favor with the jury. So, Inspector Valerti, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater?
No, just hold on 1 minute, Falcon. You're overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Catherine is an elegant bourgeois kitten. She was no doubt brought up with the flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right. How could she have possibly gotten blood on her paws with such good manners?
Oh, that is a good question, or at least it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happens, something was missing from that particular banquet. Something that forced Dame Cataline to eat with her paws. Ping! Dame Cataline was forced to eat steak with her paws because the silverware of the household had previously been stolen.
Stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report.
We weren't aware of anything missing. We weren't aware.
All right, Skull Rose Blue. I'm sorry that the voices are not your thing. Come back tomorrow. We'll be better.
Have a good one, dude.
Thanks again for stopping in every day. Everyone send a TB Angel to Skull Rose Blue. I know this is a weird one. We love you, SRB. We love you, SRB. Come back tomorrow. Yeah, if the voices don't do it for you, this is not a good game. We weren't aware of anything missing from the Rogoy residence when we performed the initial investigation, but as it happened, Baron Rogoy approached us about this very subject last night. Ah! Innocent, what a twist! We've gained even more favor.
What is the meaning
of all this? Bloody steak? Misplaced silverware? Inspector, your investigation so lax you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report. Lax? My investigation? Judge, I assure you, I'm the most thorough investigative officer on the force. Then it is amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all. Heh. Oh dear. Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case. Fine, so be it. Messieurs, until next time.
Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready.
Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Robinho, the photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder.
Monsieur Robinho, please approach the stand and recite the oath.
How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It's a little cliché, to be perfectly honest. Could the witness please introduce himself for the court record? Humph. As if anybody in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me. I am the great Monsieur Robinho, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures. I capture the very essence. Je suis l'artiste. Tu es une pipe. You may have seen my works in Eep magazines, Le Branché, or C'est Chouette. I can send you tweets if you like.
What on earth is a tweet?
Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon, it's the 19th century. Get with the times already. Yes, your works are very impressive, Monsieur Robinho, but let's get down to business. Could you tell us your activities were on the night of the murder? Very well. I was hired by Baron Roguy to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7 in the evening. I pointed my camera, captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I bid Baron Roguy and left.
Liar!
Like a true artist. And with regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph? I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so you could see all for yourselves. Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look.
Lies! Lies, I say. We have a different photograph.
My word, this is an exquisite picture, isn't it so? So let's see. Who do we have here? In the middle, we see Baron Roguy, the lion who hosted the event. On the left, we see Signor Pourtois Damiot, the father of the defendant, Dame Cataline. And finally, we see the housemaid, Corinne d'O, who I suspect may have stuck into the picture uninvited. As you can see, two people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first is Mr. Granwy. The second is the defendant, Dame Cataline Damiot. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree?
Just a moment, Mr. Earl Robington. This proves nothing. So, the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean that they were in the garden together at that point.
Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet.
The prosecution may continue.
Behind the photographed subjects, we see a wall clock with the time set at 7:30. Now, why is that time significant? Well, as Inspector Valerti told us earlier, that was the exact time the murder took place. Do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has a time at the alibi of the murder except for Dame Cataline herself. Hey, Falcon, this photograph doesn't seem right. It looks different than the one we borrowed from Robinho's studio.
I see it too. Our photograph shows Corinne d'O, Madame Cataline, and Signor Pourtois. But Monsieur Robinho's photograph shows Baron Roguy, where Dame Cataline should be standing. If we assume that only one photograph was taken, then this demonstrates that one of the photographs must have been edited in some way. Oh my.
You should just slam the evidence down. Be like, bam, inconsistency, this whole courtroom's out of order. Case closed.
I can't do that.
Well, I suppose you could be a little more delicate with your words.
No, I mean I can't do that because our evidence was illegally obtained. If I were to present it, Monsieur Robinho would ask how we acquired it, and the whole trial could derail. In a worst-case scenario, I could lose my legal license and we would be arrested for theft.
Oh, well, we don't want that.
No, we don't. I should tread lightly. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness.
It's a waste of time if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence. Cross-examination. What do we want to do, guys? Photograph? It seems like he's talking about the photograph a lot. We should go for photograph. Photograph? If you guys are still here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Photograph.
Let's take a look at this photograph. I see a mistake in the photograph. Just to clarify, Mr. Rubinho, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not?
That is correct. The photographic process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies.
That is most curious, because I see a mistake.
A mistake? Impossible! I just told you, monsieur, the camera is perfect. It is unbiased. The photographs it produces are flawless. Falcon, I'm not seeing any mistakes. Perhaps you can be more specific.
Oh, certainly. The clock in this photograph. There's something not right about it.
Oh, well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the key piece of evidence that implicates the client.
Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Rabbington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in that picture.
Boom.
The photograph clearly shows the clock hands pointing at 7 and 6.
That much is self-evident. Ping.
Which is most curious, because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Crinière has no hands. The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Roguioy or his housemaid if you have doubts. Monsieur Robinho, how do you explain this discrepancy?
I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless.
There is no mistake, monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world.
Maybe there was an error in the printing process.
An error precisely where the clock's hand should be. Please, monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Robinho, edited this photograph.
Edited?
I'm no expert, but I suspect you used paint or ink to carefully put hands on the clock. It would have been a simple task, considering that the clock face was bare.
Like a baby's bottom.
One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process.
Falcon, your reasoning is absurd.
Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph's subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Robinho created a perfect alibi. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting, and why? Was Monsieur Robinho coerced, bribed, threatened? Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Robinho.
Fine. You've got me. I'm guilty. I did it all.
You did it? You did it? You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Grandouille?
What? No. I have an idea of who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty. Guilty of producing the fraudulent photograph. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photograph, and yes, that is included adding hands to the clock.
You were ordered by whom?
I dare not say.
Monsieur Robinho, I strongly advise you to answer the defense's questions. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all.
With respect, Juge, I fear his clause more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names. His clause, did you hear that, Falcon?
That is most unfortunate. Monsieur Robinho, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We do not live under the ancien regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying your evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You'll be charged with perjury in due course.
I can't protest. That is the least I deserve for my career as an artist. Bonne journée, monsieur.
Intriguing. Pretty convincing.
So the clock's hands were painted on, so what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Cataline, and absent close to the time of the murder. That's significant.
Don't be dense, Monsieur Rabington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence.
Well, why not? It's still a portrayal of the night's events.
Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that other parts were too. Is it possible that Dame Cataline was painted out? Even worse, is it possible another person was painted in? We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. I'm telling you right now, it's the Duke, the Baron McLionhead.
So what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Signor Pourtois Damiens, perhaps?
We're gonna give him like a little Italian flourish, okay, so we can speak his lines. I don't think so. The housemaid lacks a means or motive, and it wouldn't make sense for Signor Pourtois to implicate his own daughter.
Well, surely you're not suggesting that the honest and beloved Baron Roguioy deliberately tried to frame Dame Catherine? Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing.
Monsieur Rabington, I am not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However, mayhaps I should offer my opinion?
But Baron, it's not time for your witness testimony yet.
So you would think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence.
Incombre!
Indeed. Let us proceed with witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge? Yes, I suppose that's fine. Very good, and I trust that the defense has no objections? No objections here.
Fantastic. Ooh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Now, prosecutor, ask me what I've witnessed over the course of the evening.
There's a lot of reading.
Oh, okay, Baron Rogoy.
The initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Granouille left to visit the garden. Dame Cataline followed behind him moments later.
Signor Pourtois, Monsieur Robinho and myself were engaged
in conversation.
And so we paid her no mind. You know, ladies doing lady bits. After the photographer left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Granouille and Dame Cataline. That would be when I heard her craft web. Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from here.
I would like to cross-examine the witness.
Do you doubt my integrity, garçon?
I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron. Very well, then.
Very well, then. Hit me with your best shot. Let us establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Rogoy, am an honest man.
The defense may proceed with the cross-examination. Yes, it is the highest title of the land. It is a step below the monarch themselves. Is that true? Is that true? I don't know. Because there's like Duke and Duchy, right? Baron is the same thing, just in a different country as a Duke and Dutch. Yes. I don't know if that's true. Alright, great. Dinner, Monsieur Granouille, garden, and housemaid. Right, there we go. Yeah, the step below. The step below the monarch. Dinner, Monsieur Granouille, garden, housemaid. What do you guys think? Luffy? New? Who else is in here? Who else is in here for voting? I say. Cookie dough, anything? RKG, are you here? Dinner? Doesn't seem important. Garden, housemaid. Normal people. Most of the estates that still exist are museums. I think garden too. I think garden. Baron, we saw the murder scene. Your garden for ourselves. I don't like, that's not a real question. When was the last time you visited it? No, they are owned by them. Most of them are owned by them, but they don't live there because they just have them open for, like the Marlborough Castle, right? They still own that, right? The Churchills, right? They own that still. The Dukes of Marlborough, they own that. Sure, yeah. Most of them own the estates. The crown owns most of the castles. They just don't live there. Like Windsor Castle, nobody lives there. It's just a tourist site. You know, why would you go there? They live there, yes. The Marlboroughs still like reside in part of that home. The Marlboroughs? No, I understand that they went fairly broke along the way. Their house fell into fair disrepair. And that they started renting out part of the house. They started opening up the tours and stuff like that. And the Marlboroughs still own the house in perpetuity. They just have it open for stuff. And I believe they still have a residence there. That other Duke, there's a lot of them, man. I think we're gonna go Nevermind. Monsieur Granouille. God rest his soul. Do we want to look at this? This is tough. Is it the Duke of something? This is tough, guys. Why did Monsieur Granouille visit the garden? Why did Monsieur Granouille leave to visit the garden?
I believe he wanted some fresh air. The steak did not sit well with him, I see.
Isn't it? How so? Well, Monsieur Granouille felt sick and left the room just after the photographer arrived and just before the murder occurred. One might draw a link between the food and the sickness.
Hold on, Falcon. Surely you aren't suggesting that Monsieur Granouille's food was poisoned in some way?
Do we have anything to suggest the food was poisoned? We have nothing to suggest the food was poisoned. No, there's nothing to indicate poisoning. I just found the timing somewhat puzzling.
There's nothing puzzling about it. Monsieur Granouille always had a soft stomach. It's really no surprise that he couldn't keep down a good rare steak.
We don't have a lot on Granouille. Housemaid? So not housemaid. Dinner?
Very well, ask away.
Regarding the red herring. Now, about this red herring.
Yes, what about it?
I'm not sure, but I'm not sure, but I feel it's of vital importance to the case.
Falcon, I just want to clarify this. Are you saying that you wish to pursue the red herring?
What do we think, guys? Yes, pursue? Don't. No, we don't. Because we've clicked all 4. We're like, I'm panicked. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Because like, okay, because like we asked about the maid. We got she's a thief and like some garbage. We asked about dinner's the only thing we have evidence for. We have the herring. That's all we have. That's all we have is evidence. Red herring, let's do it. Because Clue, the movie Clue, okay? Yes, I wish to examine. Also, just real quick, I'm really happy. I know it's like this is now a brain twister, right? Can we look in our evidence box? We have the cigar. Okay. We've done this, we've done that. We haven't done the cigar. I feel like the cigar or the red herring are the 2 places we need to go. You're a strange bird, Falcon. Yes. Should we do regarding the stolen cutlery? The silverware was stolen from your residence prior to the banquet. Indeed, I am aware of who the culprit is, but I have decided not to press charges. It is curious then that you decided to serve steak. Isn't that what one would describe as finger food?
I don't know about that, Falcon. With the right attitude, all food can be finger food.
There is nothing curious about it. Seigneur Pourtois and Dame Cataline are vocal lovers of rare steak. I was merely suiting their needs.
Besides, what other choice did the Baron have, Falcon? Serve vegetable broth like a common peasant?
Do be quiet, prosecutor. You sound ridiculous.
Sorry, Baron.
No. Garden? When was the last time you visited? As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years. Bam! Got him! We got him! Lying sack of shit. That's not right. We have hard evidence that you visited the garden recently. Got him. This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin. Right beside where the murder occurred.
A cigar butt. But that could only belong to anybody, and,
Prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself.
Okay, sorry, Baron.
That is indeed the remnants of one of my cigars, but I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden. Liar! But naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. There must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin.
You see, Falcon, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation.
I would find that believable if the cigar were casually discarded. But as it happened, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that could only be accessed with great inconvenience.
And a little paddling.
The cigar butt was not dropped. It was deliberately hidden. There are any number of possible explanations. Are there? Because I can think of only one. That is that you, Baron Rogoy, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities. Who did I know? And what illicit activities would those be? You want me to spell it out? Fine. Let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Rogoy, murdered Monsieur Granouille. That is what you're trying to keep hidden. Directly accusing me of murder? How shamelessly brazen!
This is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron's an upstanding citizen.
No evidence? Think harder, Monsieur Remington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Rogoy as the prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws are as sharp as a surgeon's blade. Gutting a frog's belly would have been trivial to him. Even Monsieur Rabinho confessed just moments ago that he feared his claws. Ridiculous! I never would threaten a man with violence. I'm only a lion. You want a motive? The Baron has at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2. This is preposterous! And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and yet he served steak, a food that necessitates good cutlery. Why? Why? To bloody the hands of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of a handless clock makes for easy editing, and it is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said. Prosecutor, are you going to just let this slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something! Object!
I am.
Oh, you're pitifully useless. After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminatory evidence. His finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have any time to properly dispose of it. So, out of desperation, he threw it into his fountain out of the sight of his guests and any snooping police. Imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Signor Pertois Damiens, since that would totally ensure control over his railway company. Alas, Dame Cataline was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised. This is an outrage! Judge, I demand that you disbar this raving lunatic. No, there is only one outrage here. That is a man like you, who is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You're a bourgeois of the worst kind.
How dare you, garçon! The utter nerve for your lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse
a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I'm nothing like the fat cat bourgeois. I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist. No, you're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs. You ridiculous whelp! I ought to gut you right here now like a damned frog! Out of pizza? Hello. Welcome back. Could someone please restrain the Baron?
I'm on it, Your Honor. Let's go, old man. To the conciergerie with you.
Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw! I can walk for myself! This is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add?
Well, in a matter of, no.
Then I shall now confirm with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient at this time.
Falcon, that was pretty incredible.
Thank you. I just hope it was enough.
What do you mean? You proved Caroline's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure. Sparrowson.
Sparrowson, I think you've misunderstood something. Sparrowson, I think you've misunderstood something important about the justice system.
What's that?
I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Cataline's innocence. All I have done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty.
I'm not sure I understand the difference.
We have reached a decision. She's guilty. In light of the recent revelations, it is clear that an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Cataline Damiens, to be guilty! Oh, not guilty.
Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson, you did it.
Yes, I suppose we did, didn't we?
We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly.
by eating a lot of food.
You did it, Falcon.
I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement.
I'm so proud of you both. I'll go get one bottle of wine and 3 of us at least. You were amazing, Monsieur Falcon.
Oh, it was nothing.
I very much like the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius.
Well, I didn't pin anything. Sparrowson and I just worked at unveiling the truth, given the facts of the case.
Monsieur Falcon, there's no need to play coy. The case is over.
Play coy?
Don't tell me you're actually being sincere.
I'm completely lost.
Oh, wow. I thought the goody-goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know. All right.
She was innocent! No, guilty! She did it!
Oh, you conniving bitch! Oh, I made a set. I murdered Monsieur Granouille. I saw him in the garden all drunk and vulnerable. I seized my opportunity. It was nothing personal. Just business, you understand?
Business?
To increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk old frog was the weakest link.
Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Rugwee's cigar butt hidden in the garden.
Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose that was putting too much.
This stupid cat! The minx! She lied to us! She let us find the clues that would lead to her innocence, even though she's a perfect killer! A perfect killer!
But Falcon proved that Mr. Rubinio's photograph was edited. It was edited. It wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Mr. Granouille in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Rubinio to paint me over Baron Rogoy and to add clans to the club. But that lady artist didn't manage to finish altering either photograph by trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly. Well, what's with all the silence? Y'all should be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for a bourgeois kitty like me. I think you should leave. Fine. So much for celebrations, boys. Here's the payment for your services, straight from my papa's pockets. Well, adieu, Monsieur Falcon. Adieu, Petit Sparrowson.
That bitch gave us 30 francs. 30 francs. We put a member of the aristocracy in jail for her. That lying minx. She's a cat, but I sullied my uniform for her.
Falcon, what do we do now?
Falcon?